Hello and welcome to this third lecture in Ethics Answer Writing series. As you must be aware that I have started this series for benefit of all who were asking me to take lectures on ethics ever since my book on ethics came. But then as I do not have that much time, I rather decided to come up with answer writing series because according to me, ethics is only about answer writing and nothing else. So before moving to the session, you can download my answer copies and notes from my blog, that is Mudit Jain blog. You can join my Telegram channel, that is Decode Civils group, where 10,000 plus aspirants are taking guidance. And link of these things, that is the book, the blog, and Telegram, are available in the description of this video. So in the first session, we discussed this question that was from CSM 2018. In the second session, we discussed a question from CSM 2019. And in the third session, that is today, we are discussing a question from CSM 2014. And this particular question, those of you who have the second edition of book, they can find it at page number 246. So let us start with the question. The question is that the current society is plagued with widespread trust deficit. What are the consequences of this situation for personal well-being and for societal well-being? What can you do at personal level to ensure yourself trustworthy? 150 words, 10 marks. That means you have to write 2 pages and you have 7 minutes to write the answer. So I hope you would be aware of the structure that we are going to follow, as I've already taken 2 sessions. Again, I'll repeat that introduction, we'll define the keywords and we'll write theory and thinker if possible. We'll just give a passing reference of theory or thinker. Then we'll make headings if the question demands so, if there are subparts. We'll always try to answer in points. Then we will write examples and we will ensure that examples make at least 80% part of our paper, or application makes 80% part of paper rather than theory. So in theory, what all I include is keywords, theory and thinker, which you write in intro and across points as keywords. So do not overdo theory. Our focus must be on application. Then we'll draw a diagram and then we will conclude. So overall, these are 6 or 7 points that I tell you in every answer. So let us try to apply this format in this particular question. Now, as trustworthiness or trust deficit is the keyword as given in the question, trust deficit, trustworthy. If you go through the syllabus, I guess trustworthiness is a keyword mentioned in the syllabus. I am not sure, you can check in the syllabus. So you will define first what is trust. Now, there is no strict or single definition of trust. So see how I have used a term of syllabus, moral attitude, in my answer. I have made trust as a moral attitude. Otherwise, moral attitudes were basically given by Hilte Brandt, who gave moral attitudes like reverence or awareness of responsibility, etc. So I've made trust as a moral attitude. Trust is a moral attitude with its genesis in honesty and integrity. Again, I have used 2 more keywords. So 3 keywords in 1 line. This is how you have to develop skill of using keywords from syllabus in your answers. Otherwise, what I guess you would have done is you would have written a plain definition of trust. But then this is paper of ethics and we have to try our best to make sure that our answers appear to be that of ethics. Then I have defined trust deficit. Trust deficit in society can be attributed to deterioration of morals and ethics and lack of interpersonal connections. In such a scenario, even a small incident can further decrease trust, thus forming a vicious circle. So I have taken care of the statement part of question by the first four lines of my answer, that current society is plagued with widespread trust deficit. As I have always stressed in my other answer writing videos, you cannot leave the statement. You have to answer the statement as well. So that takes care of the statement. Now coming to the question. What are the consequences of this situation for personal well-being and societal well-being? So as I've already told in other videos of GS1, you can see them in the playlist GS1 or GS2 playlist, then GS3, that always try to divide the question into subparts. This does not often happen in ethics. Ethics questions are mostly one-liners or two-liners at max, but then this question is different. Here you can divide the question in subpart. So uh, when you divide in subparts, you make separate headings to address those subparts, as I have made here: heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. So this is the reason I took this particular question for this session, that you have to make separate headings. So first heading is consequences for personal well-being of trust deficit. Now here you can write general points as well as points that are from ethics, and you have to quote examples. So we'll write points, we'll quote examples, and we'll write keywords as well. So let us see what I have written in these points. Even honest mistake. Now, honest mistake is a keyword in itself. Even honest mistakes are equated with gross crimes done in vested interest. It is a keyword. This goes against personal well-being. Example I have written: honest public servants are questioned for honest mistakes. Now, honest mistake is something which has happened without your intention of doing something wrong. So you wanted to do something right, but then something wrong happened. So that is a honest mistake. Now, if there is if there is trustworthiness, then honest mistakes won't matter. But then if there is trust deficit, the other person would always question your honest mistakes as well, and this is not good for personal well-being. Then in the second point I've written, it hurts emotions of a person. Now I am getting this point from syllabus itself, that is emotional intelligence topic. I have told in my detailed ethics answer writing session that you have to make points from syllabus. So this point is directly from the syllabus. Uh, a person is questioned again and again. It is a generic point. You can write generic points as well. Individual is part of society and needs other to survive. This isn't possible with trust deficit. Now, if you have read my book, you will find quite a few mentions of uh, dilemma between individual and society. Also, UPSC has asked questions on individual and society. Even one of the essay topic of CSM 19 dealt with individual and society. So you can call this as a keyword from syllabus itself. Now, heading 2, I've made consequences for societal well-being. Lack of trust makes a broken society where everyone is judged with same eye. Cooperation becomes difficult, thus hampering development in all spheres. Here I have written example, and again here I have written example. So overall there are 3 examples till now: 1, 2, and 3. Then I have made a diagram, as I have already told you in multiple sessions that we are required to make a diagram. This diagram is very easy. Now you must be aware that there is something called decision chart, and whenever we have to draw decision chart, we draw this rhombus. We write our question here, and then we can say yes or no. If the answer is yes, then it leads to certain things. If the answer is no, then it leads to certain things. So I have made use of that decision chart. So here I have mentioned trust deficit in society. Question: yes, there is trust deficit. It would lead to following, that is, individual do not trust each other or society or government, and this will further increase trust deficit. So this is a vicious circle. Now, trust deficit in society, no. So individuals and society collaborate because they trust each other, and then this would lead to holistic development of individual as part of society. And once individual develops, individual and society will again collaborate. So this is a virtuous circle. So So this here becomes a virtuous circle. That is why you can always write vicious circle versus virtuous circle in your answers. So one is a vicious circle that is negative, and another is a virtuous circle that is positive. So it is a simple diagram, but then quite innovative, and I'm sure that this will help you gain +1 at least. Now, coming to the last part of the question, that is, what can you do at personal level to make yourself trustworthy? So, solutions at personal level, I have made a separate heading here, H3, and then I have written practice honesty and integrity on daily basis. Now, this is also a keyword from the syllabus itself, that is honesty and integrity. Managing own emotions to bring clarity and develop trust with people. This is again from syllabus, that is emotional intelligence. This Then third is acceptance and ownership of mistakes. As I already told you, ownership was one of the uh, moral attitude as per Hildebrand. So I have included another point from syllabus. And lastly, effort to stay true to one's own words. This is a generic point. You can write this as well. So, lastly, I have written a quote from Frank Crane. I seriously don't know who the guy is, but then if you know the quote, it is advised to write the quote. This is what will get you marks, because you need not know the person, but then if the quote fits, you can write it. And lastly, I've concluded with one line, that is, entire social fabric rests on trust, and we must make sure that trust deficit never occurs. So, in all, we have covered intro, including keywords, headings, points, examples, diagrams, and conclusion. So overall, a 10 marker question, I really think that this would fetch you at least 5. That is all for this session. For the next session, I'll deal with page number 330 from my book, second edition of Decode Ethics. So read page number 330. The description section of the video shares the links of my book, my blog, and Telegram channel. You are already here. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Have a good day.